All right, guys, here we've got a automation that'd be good for a chiropractor. Primary purposes here are going to just be maximize conversions for all inquiries using AI. I imagine that a lot of chiropractors are answering a lot of questions to people that aren't sure if it's going to work for them or be something that they'd want to do. So you can train an AI to be able to give these people all the answers they need and keep you out of that just basic question answering process. You can spend your time on more important things. We're going to automate those appointment confirmations just to maximize the amount of arrivals, not going to be dealing with a ton of no shows. And we're going to use SMS and email to engage with past patients and encourage repeat business. So, this is all going to start when a patient enters the system via website, phone, or text. AI will be on the front end of that for the phone and text. You could integrate a chatbot into the website as well. However, most of the time on websites, just filling out a form is the easiest way to go about, creating that appointment. Now, once the confirmation email is sent out to the patient, there will also be an intake form attached. This could, collect information, anything that the chiropractor, would help, anything that would help them walk into that session or that appointment and be able to better help the patient. It could be last visit or, obviously what they're doing there. If there's a particular problem area, if they're just looking for an adjustment, since it's been maybe it's been a couple months since their last one. So they can get all that information on there. That form will go ahead, once it's completed, it'll be go ahead, sent off to the CRM, and it will be updated with the patient's file as well. From there, the AI will reach out if we don't have enough information, see if there's any particular problems, sort of what prompted the visit, and go ahead and add any missing notes to that patient file. From there, you're going to wait 24 hours. It pretty much just goes into standby mode, waits until 24 hours before the appointment, and then it's going to go ahead and send a confirmation SMS. Now, in the event there's someone does not confirm 2 hours before the appointment, a final reminder, sort of last opportunity to confirm, will be sent over, also with a link for them to rebook in the future. No confirm slash no shows. They're just going to be placed in a long term follow up drip just to encourage them to rebook in the future, essentially. If they rebook at any point in time or confirm, if they rebook, they get put back up into here. You can see it's just going to go back into standby mode and run through the same process again. Once they confirm, though, patient notes are going to be sent to the attending chiropractor. If you have multiple chiropractors, it will be assigned accordingly. If you're just an individual running your own practice, then it'll just be forwarded straight to you. The appointment happens. On completion of the visit, the chiropractor will update the patient notes with what's going on, what they did, any recommendations that he made, and the AI will automatically be able to see this. It's going to send some educational info over containing maybe some good stretches, supplements to help that target area, whatever they're trying to figure out, or maybe just general health. If there's any good supplements just for good body health that a chiropractor would recommend, that could be sent over automatically. If applicable, say that there was like a brace or something of that nature the chiropractor recommends for maybe your lower back if you're doing a lot of bending over, if you're a mover or something like that, it could send over the product info, where to buy based on the chiropractor's recommendations. Also, if the chiropractor would have any kind of affiliates, we could code that in and make sure that the AI was pushing products that the chiropractor gets paid on. So from there, 24 hours after the appointment, feedback request will be sent out. Positive feedback is always met with that thank you message and a review request, as well as that promotion attached. So whenever they finish that review, that promotion will become active in their next visit. Then maybe they'll get a little discount, 5 or 10% or something of that nature. Negative feedback, it's always going to ask for more detail, try to get as much out of them, figure out where it went wrong. And then that feedback will just be sent off to whoever it needs to be sent to in order to implement some kind of fix, to better improve that experience. And regardless of feedback, as usual, they're going to be added to a follow-up campaign based on the prognosis from their last visit. So someone gets a lower back adjusted and that chiropractor thinks, we know every 2 months you should be doing this, or maybe every 6 weeks, they'll be automatically slotted into a follow-up campaign to reach back out in that time period and try to get another appointment booked. Not only is that better for the patient, so they're not waiting too long between visits and they can sort of maintain that comfortability. It's obviously good for the chiropractor as well. We're always looking for repeat business here. So this is just a nice little workflow, going to automate a lot of that upfront process, a lot of the back end process. And there's some other cool features like the products and just kind of updating notes and automating some of the administrative tasks that are necessary in a situation like that.